these stories of mysterious beings that are sewn into our myths and legends. We constantly hear old stories about spirits, monsters, and even government conspiracy each and every day. But most of the tales are run through little shreds of paper found on the sides of the road, leading to a much bigger truth. What is the truth that everybody is trying to reach? That is what I want to find out. My name is Dakota Frandsen. Tune into my show, Journals of Supernatural Adventure, every other Saturday as I reveal information straight from the journals of my paranormal investigation team, the Paranormal Raider Force. With the information that we have found, and by making the connections through the work of our colleagues, we bring forward a new look to old topics and plant the seeds for new topics to bring to question, while maintaining the logic that is losing touch with the purpose of alternative research. If you believe that you are ready to take a listen to our show, sit down, turn out all the lights, and see what is really going on in the shadows. Welcome to Journals of Supernatural Adventure.
Previously on Journals of Supernatural Adventure.
Conspiracy theorists would agree that U.S. presidents have had some involvement in supernatural projects. Is that native legends state that they would come out of nowhere and landed on Earth. UFOs appear shortly after Bigfoot does.
Accounts of early vampires are forms of MIB. The MIB are believed to be a top-secret organization that consists of alien-human hybrids with a mission to suppress UFO activity. For they are not afraid to silence.
Bigfoot has actually been beneficial to human evolution for its purposes served as a teacher.
The alien greys are so technologically advanced that their bodies have become nothing more than skin, bone, and gray matter because of it. Greys impregnate female victims of the abductions in order to start an incubation process for their DNA restoration program that is used after their methods of self-cloning have diminished their molecular structure. UFO that crashed in the Black Forest of Germany sparked Adolf Hitler's curiosity. Members of the secret society Aldebaran, Star System, Vita, Pleiades, Gray, Good evening, everyone. It is Saturday, September 29th, 2012.
My name is Dakota Frandsen. Welcome to the new Journals of Supernatural Adventure. Why is it new? Well, in honor of our syndication to Going Beyond Radio, I have decided to remodel this show down to the very logo. And new products are available at our online store on Zazzle.com that show off the new look of the show. But, so I don't go too far into the show, let's get down to business. A few moments ago, you heard clips from previous episodes. Why? To serve as kind of reminders. For tonight, we begin to tie it all together. Tonight, we reveal the technology possessed by the extraterrestrials that have been visiting Earth for as long as mankind can remember. Maybe even the technology they gave to us. In the previous episode, I had mentioned that Hitler had leads with few secret societies that helped his military advance just enough to give his army the capability of visiting the Aldebaran star system to visit the extraterrestrials he was making contact with in order to make his virile machines. But the weird part is that the scout craft that initially went there, that came back to Earth after a bit, it looked like it had been gone for nearly a century. If this was ancient technology given by the gods, what happened to the device? Could there have been a misinterpretation in the instructions? Best bet that it is so. But the mysterious part of the puzzle is the fact that the UFO phenomena can be traced to our distant past. Egyptian pharaoh Tutmosis recorded a sighting of a ring of fire in the sky. And just a few days later, many rings appeared. Hitting fast forward through our history, we find Alexander the Great. Alexander is actually one of the most historic figures that have had several encounters with UFO phenomena. Large silver shields, as they described, would swoop down from the sky onto his armies during the invasion of Asia, and frightening several men and their horses to scatter in panic. 7 years later, while attacking the ancient Phoenician city of Tyre, both sides of the fight recall seeing the shields, one of which fired onto the city wall, allowing for Alexander and his forces to breach the city. Could this encounter be a product of imaginative minds? Perhaps. But the problem with historians and mainstream science is that its laws don't allow for new ideas to be brought forward immediately. However, we cannot let the boundaries set on our discoveries be held in place. Take the example of the Bible. There are several instructions on how to build magnificent structures. In fact, wasn't the Ark rebuilt not too long ago? That wasn't the first object from religious text that has been resurrected into our modern day. In fact, the very first UFO documented in our history were rebuilt. It is the same model instructions, before altered, that were given to the Nazi army back in World War II. They referred to the ancient machines that ancient Sumerians possessed as the Vimana. You would recognize this name from ancient Veda texts from ancient India. Now, the Vimana is a miraculous machine that described as a flying city. Now, looking to the cultural influence of the Vimana itself, you can find evidence on jet-like aircraft and even evidence of nuclear explosions way before the nuke was even invented. Now, in the Gobi Desert, there was an aluminum artifact discovered, believed to be part of landing gears of the mysterious Vimana. Now, aluminum is a common material seen these days. The weird part of this is the fact that this particular artifact was dated to be over 20,000 years old.
Aluminum wasn't discovered until the 1800s. This isn't the only mysterious finding that can be recognized as phenomena of the modern day existing in the distant past. Estimated to happen about 9,000 years later after the use of the Vimana artifact, there is a site within the Gobi Desert that's kind of greenish in color and partially made of glass that could only have been created by extreme heat. What could have caused this? More after these messages. Now available on Amazon.com. Hauntings from the Snake River Plain. Over 250 pages of spooky tales from all around southern Idaho. You can read about mysterious caves, visitations from mysterious strangers, a haunted elementary school, and much more. Buy a copy and look on page 243 to see a special surprise. A segment of the book dedicated to Dakota Frandsen of the Paranormal Raider Force. If you're in the state of Idaho, keep watching our pages to look for information for book signings all around the state. More information will be posted on the book's website, provided in the further information link in the episode description.
Have you or someone you know ever been in an abusive relationship from someone in your love life? In the pursuit of ending domestic violence, the Paranormal Raider Force has joined in the creation of a book made with the intention of showing young teens the red flags of potentially abusive relationships to help prevent further loss of life in the chase for love. You can send in your stories by falsifying any names involved in your struggle. If you wish to send in your story, please read the guidelines in the link provided in the episode description. Again, you are free to falsify any names to help keep your privacy safe. Safety is most important in this approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some excellent news. The Paranormal Raider Force is officially in the planning stages of a documentary featuring how the team got started. This film will feature the dark past of each one of its members, the struggle in order to launch our program, and so much more. If you're in the southern Idaho area and would like to have your business or private home featured in this film, we are looking for investigations to put in as part of this film. The way this will work is that any evidence we find, we will clear it with you in order to post it on our YouTube page. That's to help with our show, The Journey. The actual process of the investigation will be featured in the film to help people understand what we do as a team. If you'd like to take part in this film, please take a look at the guidelines provided in the further information link in the episode description. This is a big project and we're still in the planning stages, so a few things may change later on. We hope to see you then.
And welcome back to Journals of Supernatural Adventure. My name is Dakota Frandsen, and tonight is part 2 of the ultimate alien conspiracy. Tonight, we try to focus on the technology used by extraterrestrials to get here, and most importantly, what they tried to give us. Another important thing to remember is that children tend to be like their parents. So if we are having problems with war, imagine what our ancestors from the sky went through. To some historians, ancient Veda texts are actually written accounts of our past history. The most powerful and possibly controversial example is the Brahma weapon. The Brahma Astra was considered to be the deadliest weapon held by quote-unquote gods. In some cases, it was believed that launching such a strike would be initiated by meditating on the image of its creator, Brahma. In the ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro, several radioactive skeletons along with vitrifying glass might suggest that this city was under nuclear attack at one point. The radiation from such an explosion lasts for tens of thousands of years, making it an area uninhabitable just as long. To this very day, the radiation is way above the normal level of the area that can be detected. Even the victims of Mohenjo-Daro left behind radioactive skeletons. Come on, think about it. Some of the excuses for the vitrified glass are either a volcano or a meteor. A volcano, nowhere nearby the area. And a meteor is highly unlikely. There's only one option that could leave behind. Boom! A nuke. Now the gods have shown us how to create high energy weapons, embedded knowledge and curiosity into our DNA. They have built a synthetic world grid using various geometric structures to allow us to connect to the power available in the universe. In fact, several sunken cities were rediscovered by simply the discovery of the underwater pyramids. So far, we have come close to matching the early technology the gods possessed when they first arrived, because of their help. The reason why we don't see a majority of it is the fact that our governments are using it in the Air Force bases, such as Area 51, for example. Our military has their hands on it. Now, just to think about this, for those of you who thinks this is just nothing but creationist bullcrap, think about this. In order for human evolution to get to where it's point today in the believed time frame, there would have been intervention to speed up the process, or some sort of catalyst. Because honestly, for how developed we are compared to our ancestors, compared to the ancient humanoids, that's just a little off. Something doesn't seem right here. Now, because of the gods' trial and error through their DNA programs here on Earth, that is how we became just like them. In fact, that is where alien technology gets interesting. When you look at alien abduction victims, the bystanders that witnessed the event often describe the victims actually levitating from their original position. They change shape and maneuver through the walls into the craft as if the walls weren't even there. Now just imagine what they possess that they have shown. Just imagine what they might possess that allows for that to happen. Just imagine what they possess that they have yet to show. A scary thought in itself, knowing that the Greys possess technology much more superior than our own, that scared our government so much we let them silently take over our world. We are not going to be invaded. We were already invaded. But why? The gods have spent so much time teaching us how to live on this planet. They showed us how to make incredible structures. They altered the very reality we could live so that we could live like we do now. Naturally, it would take millions of years longer in order to reach the point we have gotten to. With the extraterrestrial intervention and the trial and error process to start things up, things kept peaceful besides natural human aggression peaking every once in a while. But the pacts made between our two worlds have been destroyed. Oh, they're still in place. It's just that we've had betrayal on both parts. On their end, they have yet to provide full details of each one of the alien abduction victims as promised to President Eisenhower when the Great Pact was made. The President realized this, but it was too late to back out. They have taken over our world. Here on Earth, the guardians of our planet have been asking us to stop using nuclear weaponry, as it would eventually destroy our planet. But did we listen? No! Our governments want power. This is all it is. It's the chase for power. They want power and they want money. But one thing that comes to my mind is, did something happen to a world that the gods didn't want to see happen to us? They have been kind of cradling us for quite some time. Obviously, some parental attachment would be put in place. Okay, this show seems like it's getting short-handed, but within good reason. The technology given to us by extraterrestrials, whatever species gave it to us, it's being used by the highest of government rankings. It's very hard to get access to what the hell it is. That technology right now is being used in military facilities that develop future weaponry. In fact, some of it even be used in FEMA camps. Now, the security clearance for such events was placed even higher than the President of the United States himself. However, the President has just enough clearance to catch a basic idea of what is happening. And if they go in to research it and find out what is going on, they just might meet an assassin's bullet. That may have just happened to Kennedy. Both of them. Now the same thing goes for the puppets of the secret societies. No one is truly safe. It is said that many of our celebrities and several entertainment and media outlets are involved with the Illuminati or other secret societies. Not as puppets, because they are doing it willingly. Think of it as a way to subconsciously wire the public to get used to the idea, to get people to understand that this was because of the secret society's initial goal, to improve mankind, to meet the ranks of our gods. How else are you going to get people to understand an idea other than through their favorite media? Think about it. Charity events are sometimes attracted by musical performances. You always get some sort of food and games to attract you there. That's exactly what they're doing.
Good evening. For the uninitiated, I'm Mr. R. My real name is unimportant. I'm part of an organization that has been monitoring the United States, as well as several other locations all around the globe, planning the next step in human evolution, or as you may know it as the New World Order. I have heard all of the rumors, the Greta Pact, 9/11, celebrities worshipping Lucifer, the reptilian invasion, the Nazi UFO program. I have heard it all. And quite frankly, the original ideas have been torn apart into mass hysteria, leading to one of the greatest misunderstandings in history. I am here to clear the air a bit. You see, my organization has existed for thousands of years, helping influence the growth of humanity each and every step of the way. There have been several others like us. In fact, few are still together to this very day. We have served only one goal: to better humanity. When the God first came to this earth, it was us that made sure that their purpose was heard. Over time, the gods realized that we had the potential to evolve into a powerful society like they were. And to make sure that we did evolve, they helped us. Along the way, they taught our ancestors so many things. They gave us so many tools. They showed us so many things, and even helped us build the many magnificent structures and vehicles you hear about in ancient text. But then something happened. I'm not sure of all the details. That wiped out everything. Our civilization returned to its barbaric state. Something had to be done. So the surviving members continued on with what they could. They contacted several civilizations in the cosmos to find out what was needed to be done in order to restore humanity to its former glory. But then religious leaders at the time exposed our fruits as works of a satanic agenda. It temporarily set us back, but then we managed to work our way into the religious ranks so that there would be no resistance. We still hold power to the highest level in the field to this day. You see, all we want to do is help improve mankind by any means necessary. Holding power in the religious ranks was the best way to do that during those times. Slowly we began to rethink our approach, plotting a new world order. As time went on, we slowly began to realize that it was needed. People constantly using the basis of religion to shed the blood of their fellow man over petty differences. The crusades, civil rights movements, constant warfare and rioting, arguments over where to buy a chicken sandwich and bloodshed over an internet video. These moments of great bloodshed is a result of an immature society that is in need of our help. And yes, there will be a few unfortunate souls unable to live through this change, especially those who dare speak out against our work. Now truthfully, how can you say our plan is a bad thing? The chips that will be implanted in every 80-year-old by 2013 will allow for doctors to run a person's hand through a scanner to see what illnesses they hold. They can help track a missing person, and they can even program special households with a computerized network to suit the person's favorite conditions. Nanofibers woven into the currency helps us track the money wherever it goes. Head cameras with audio the size of pins that allow for us to gather surveillance from any position, even the common household. You see, what we do is for mankind, not for selfish takeover. The path we made with the grave actually helped push us forward the timeline in which our goal is met. And yes, part of the pact also includes them choosing specific individuals for their own testing. But I think both our scientists as well as the scientist units of the graves have found as a result are simply extraordinary. Again, why is the pact such a bad thing? Mr. Frandsen, I personally have been monitoring your research, and so far you are correct on most of your ideas about our organization. I would love to chat with you later on to get the public to understand my organization. I already know that you agree with some of the ideas, and that you know how we have been tying everything together, so why don't you tell the people how we have been preparing them for the next phase?
Let's wait until October 13th when the next episode will air. It was going to be dedicated to your organization as well as the others like it anyway.
That is what I was hoping for.